Hey everyone, we're Queensryche, and you're watching National Rock Review.
Right on.
Yeah.
This is Mick from National Rock Review. We're hanging out here in Harris, Michigan, near Escanaba, Michigan, on the last leg of the dartboard tour with Queensryche. How you doing, you guys?
Good.
All right.
Certainly a dartboard, right?
So, thanks for taking time out to hang out today. Great show last night. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
So,
Yeah, nice balmy 6 degrees here.
yeah, there's less snow up here than there is down in Detroit, actually, ironically.
Yeah, there's certainly some other people in the U.S. that are having some serious snow problems right now, so we feel blessed that it's only 6 degrees, but there's no snow to speak of, so to speak.
So this is kind of the last major date for the U.S. tour, the dartboard tour, and Michigan has kind of been the bullseye of the dartboard this year. I mean, this is your 5th and 6th show in Michigan alone this year.
Crazy, right?
How lucky are we?
Michigan loves us.
Yeah, you know?
Yeah.
It's funny. We're getting to know all the airports around here and the landscape, and yeah, it's funny. We've certainly joked about it, but Michigan has become a fun thing for us this year. And you're right. Tonight will be the last show of our traveling gigs, and then we got one more in Seattle in a couple of weeks to kind of close out the year and move on.
I think Michigan just knows and loves their hard rock. You know, they've had us here so much. They can't get enough of Queensryche. So we're always willing to come play for people in Michigan because they love the rock.
Yeah. Now, we saw you guys most recently in Manistee, Michigan, but before that you came and played at Pine Knob, or DTE Energy Theater, as we hate to call it down there. You guys played with Great White and Dio Disciples and Bang Tango. How did it feel to play that venue again after being away for so long?
You know, they're all good. I mean, you know, it's great. We're, you know well enough that we've been around the globe a few times in our career, and we get to experience everything. You know,
a lot of these venues, we've been doing it for so long, they change names, so it's it gets a bit confusing. But when we actually physically get there, then it's like, oh, I remember playing this place. So
I remember
just
that
a different
Bloodstain.
name. It's all the same.
So let's go talk a little bit about the Pledge Music campaign. This is kind of a rather interesting approach to most kind of Kickstarter fundraiser campaigns, and the fact that you guys are offering a chance to buy into Queensryche LLC.
Well, certainly. Listen, we've been a band for a long time, and always looking for ways to engage with our fans. Over the 3+ decades that we've been doing things together, and there's so many great opportunities out there, and the internet has certainly become one of those mediums of being able to engage and, communicate and have fun with the fans. And Pledge is a great platform for that. And, we started writing the new CD, in the last year. We've been working on music and looking at, what we're going to do with it. And during the process, we just, started brainstorming on ways that we could get the fans to come in, engage with us, support the launch of the CD when the time comes, and, just kind of offer that type of thing. And so we did.
And Queensryche's all about evolving. We're always evolving as a band. And that being said, technology is always changing. We've been doing this a while, and we've seen the technological advances that have happened in the last 10, 20 years. And we're embracing, this new technology. It's Pledge Music. It's a different avenue for bands to get what they want, because let's face it, record companies aren't giving huge advances, and this gives them a chance to build upon their aspirations, their dreams, whether it's funding a record or it's funding a book or it's funding a gig. It's just a whole new technology that we're embracing.
Yeah, in the process of the Pledge thing and our discussions about it, and then getting to the point of, really wanting to launch something like that, was also the discussions we had about, just the band in general and the brand of Queensryche that Michael and Eddie and I have, been around with for 35 years. And, what can we do with that would be
Every time you say that, I feel old.
And, that's where really the bigger, thing opened up for us about offering, actually an investment opportunity in the brand of Queensryche. So, we did. We thought it was a great idea. As far as we know, I don't think it's ever been done in the music industry at this point. So, once again, it was a much higher level of a way for us to kind of open up what Queensryche is and have people come in that are interested to, actually own a part of what we do as Queensryche. And, we associated that with the whole pledge thing, and it was just kind of a big launch of, once again, engaging and, working with the fans and just enjoying the process of doing all that stuff. And so far, it's been a great ride. It's extremely exciting. We get a lot of great feedback, and there's a lot of things going on with it. And we're just kind of running and having fun.
Real quick, though, I want to add to what they're saying is the pledge music aspect of it is really a limited time, kind of an extension of our merchandise that we carry. So I just want to make clear that everyone knows that when they buy some of those packages, it's not a Kickstarter to bankroll the record. I've seen some rhetoric about that it makes it look like we're trying to raise money to finance an album. We are not. That is not the case. The record's coming out through Century Media. It's funded that way, just like the last record. So I don't want people to think that we're trying to sell merchandise to fund an album. We're offering unique bundles and packages that are exclusive for a limited time as a creative way to offer something to the fans and supporters. And, to kind of piggyback on what Michael said, you have to be creative with ways that you can also generate some income. So it's not, they're getting something, commodity for a monetary value. It's not like, donate, and then we'll put this out. It's, if you want to go.
This is to enhance the whole process.
It's to enhance the process. So
right.
I want to make that very clear.
Certainly.
They're just clever, unique, fun ways to engage with the supporters. I mean, I wish that when I was growing up, if Iron Maiden, if I could go hang out in the studio for the day with Iron Maiden, I mean, who wouldn't want to do that?
Yeah, we've all been grabbing money from mom and dad to go do those things.
Yeah,
right?
and honestly, they're really relatively priced when you consider what's out there and the demand and whatnot. But on some of the items there are limited capacities. We have private things where you can spend the day with the band, and things like that. But anyway, I hope I clarified that.
Certainly.
Now, one of the options on this package is a day golfing with Whip and Eddie.
Right. I mean, when we were thinking of ideas, something that would be unique to offer for pledge music, we all thought up. Eddie and I tend to go out and golf with each other once in a while. Why not?
It's fun.
Why not come and golf with us?
We've had some great experiences with that. Back in the days when VH1 used to do the golf
yes.
thing, and we all got our photos with Nico from Iron Maiden. Michael's got this great photo of him and Nico golfing, and it was this big thing. And the fans would always go, "I want to do that." So once again, just new and unique ways to engage with the fans and come and hang with us, and hopefully offer.
We got a couple offers of that. And, it'll probably be in the Northwest, so, you have a limited time range as far as the weather. Ed Bass and I we're seasoned golfers. We're good. We're not great, but we're good. And, but regardless, it will be fun, We'll have cigars, we'll have whip ale in the coolers, and hopefully it'll be a sunny day, and we'll make the best out of it.
Now, can they downsize that package to a round of mini golf?
We were talking about that just before we came out here. And we had some pretty funny responses. Well, we won't say them here.
But it's all right. The joke was,
okay, go
Fozzie said, hey, he wanted to know if they were going to do mini golf, and I said, no, I don't golf.
Yeah, you had to have been there.
You're going to die, clown.
It's all good. That'll be pledge round 2 when we start doing things.
Putt golf in Florida.
The funny pledge launch.
Right.
We'll put that on like the Walmart pledge music site.
Certainly.
The downsizing.
I think it's just about the personal. When the people come out and they see the band, it's always in the musical setting. So to put it in a something that's away from the music, and it's just good bonding time, when you're out there on the golf course and you're doing your thing. It's just a very personal kind of a thing, instead of
it's people.
It's people
Yeah,
instead of
it's
the
a special
performer.
item. We don't have a lot of time, so it's taking time out of our busy schedule to play golf. I have to deal with my wife usually saying that, hey, I'm going to go play some golf. Oh, fine, just go out for 4 or 5 hours and go play.
Yeah.
Did you ever kick around the idea of like maybe an hour in a hot tub for $1,000?
That would be more like 10,000.
I think Parker does that for free.
Wow, right? Anything is possible, isn't it now?
It
Now
always
that
is.
the whole medium is wide open, there's certainly ways you can have
We're gonna
fun.
Is
need a
it
bigger hot
feasible? Is it feasible? Yeah.
So going back outside the Pledge of Music campaign, we talked about how the dynamics of the industry have changed so much. Do you guys feel more in control of your destiny now than you ever have in your past?
That depends on what day and where you wake up at, I suppose.
Yeah, I don't think anybody really knows what's going on in the Destiny, especially multimedia and especially the record industry. I mean, it's an enigma.
Let me clarify.
It's changing so fast that it's hard to keep up with what's going on. And it's just.
It's work. I mean, what we do is constant work. As well, in the field that you're in, that field changes constantly because of what you do is associated with what we do. And so we all have to wake up and brainstorm and have discussions about what are we going to do today, or, you've got to project for the future, and you just got to be smart and, hopefully try to control things that you can do and come up with unique ways to do it and have fun and then keep moving forward. Because if you sit around idle and don't work and all that, the world will just bypass you. I mean, it doesn't work that way. Back in the early days, you had all these people and their money being thrown around, and you got 10-year-long record deals, and things would happen for you because you had mass amounts of people surrounding you doing it. But these days it's a little more streamlined. So we try to streamline it and just move forward and try to be smart, but work every day. It's hours and hours of work. This is not just a glorified rock and roll lifestyle. It's a job, and it's a lot of work, but it pays off, and it's a lot of fun.
And so sometimes people say, well, why don't you play here? And there's so many variables that it's like, we would love to play there, but at the end of the day, it is a business. This is how we earn an income, and if it's not financially feasible to fly 8 people to a location for whatever that market is calling for at the time. There's so many things that you have to juggle around for it to make sense, and to be able to afford. Yeah, we can play there, but it might be $60 a ticket or $80 a ticket, and if we feel that that's not right, well, it has to all make sense. So yeah, it's trying to make smart decisions. We want to play the best venues and play to all the crowds that we can, but it's there are places that we play because it's work. I mean, it doesn't mean we don't love it, but it's definitely. I mean, these guys obviously have way more merit because of the history they have professionally doing this. I don't, but I've been playing my whole life and played, for a living for a number of years, and it's a really tricky, it's a really hard thing. I don't think that if I were in...
It's hard because everybody's doing it.
It is.
That's how they're
so
making their bread and butter. And you have...
I feel for the younger bands.
The winter time is kind of the prime time to tour, even though it's a pain in the butt. But, summertime, every band is out touring.
Yeah.
It's all about... I mean, there's more money being made touring than there is selling music.
Yeah, you can't sit around anymore and watch your platinum records just go through the roof on the charts and the checks are rolling in. That landscape is gone unless you're, some of the very few that are out there doing things like that. But, for us, like Michael sang and Todd, it's getting out in the world
business.
And performing. And, listen, Siberia doesn't have, tour buses with, snow treads on them yet. So, but as soon as they do, we'll probably be there. Yeah.
So let's fast forward to 2015. Are there any plans for a world tour or just a more streamlined city-by-city tour?
There certainly is. One thing that's been great about, as you said earlier, the dartboard tour, which for us, the goal with that is it gives us the ability to get to all of these places that normally we actually wouldn't go on a ground tour, so to speak. We've done some really great locations that haven't always been on the list for us. We're filling in a lot of great gaps, but it also affords us some time to work on the record and write music and do those things as well. So that's kind of the goal. That's what we've been doing for this year, which we're wrapping up now. Then we'll get the CD finished, get it recorded, and then next year it opens up the whole opportunity then for us to go out and support the CD on the road and do it, a little bit more, normal, so to speak, and then, expand the horizons while we're doing that. So that's kind of the plan, and we already have some great opportunities that are being offered to us for next year.
Yeah, well, I know we're scheduled to play a lot of really great festivals next year.
Yeah.
The ones in the U.S., the M3, the Rocklahoma, that one in Jacksonville now.
Certainly.
And then in Europe, we're first time Queensryche's ever played Wacken. In Germany, we're playing, scheduled to play Hellfest, possibly the Download Festival. So we're rebuilding, and we're just going to venues that we haven't played before, and for us, it's really exciting. It's an opportunity that's opening up with this new Queensryche, and we're taking advantage of it and bringing it to everybody.
I truly believe the world is embracing this revision of Queensryche.
Well, if I could comment on that just real quick and just to elaborate on what Michael was saying. A great thing about what is going on for us these days as well is, the last couple of years were certainly tumultuous for us. The transition, we made a new record, we played shows, we stuck to the guns of what we believed in as a band, is supporting what we think is best for the brand of Queensryche. We had a record we were proud of. The fans have been embracing all of that, our live shows, the CD we put out last year and everything. So in doing that now, it's really starting to open up some really interesting opportunities. We're getting contacted by all sorts of great people in the industry that have seen this. They realize now how much we believed in it, and we stuck to our guns, and we kept the band moving forward at a really great level. And so they're all coming to us now going, hey, can I help you with this? Can I be your guy for this? Can I do this? And, the world is expanding now, and we're getting, like Michael said, all these opportunities overseas to play some of these festivals that, we haven't been on before. Or if we had, it's been a long time. So those are all coming back now. So I think, the work and our belief in what we wanted to do and the honesty we're putting behind it is just starting to pay off in a really great way.
It's the comeback of a decade.
It is, absolutely. Yeah. And I know there's been several polls out there in various magazines who have put out there, the greatest comeback or resurrection of a musical career, and you guys are always right at the top. So it's going to feel good.
Very complimentary.
It certainly doesn't hurt. Yeah, it's nice.
All right. And finally, in closing, I guess, for the Pledge of Music campaign, for the accredited investor donation level of $50,000. So if you buy into that, what sort of input do you have into the company? And do you actually get to see the paperwork on paper, Who Killed Mary? Do you get to open that safe?
Nobody ever gets to see Who Killed Mary. There's kind of a broad answer for that. It's a deep situation with the investing thing, and we got some great people that put it together with us. And the bottom line is, if you feel that you're interested and that you can get through the process of doing that, you go to the site, which is at Early IQ, and the investment opportunity for us is listed there. And it'll take you through the process. And then there's people that answer the deeper questions like you're asking. And that's, the best way that we can kind of answer is not to get into the nuts and bolts and the details, because there'll be a lot of questions and there's a lot of paperwork, and it's an investment opportunity. So, but we got some really great people that are doing the whole thing.
There's a lot of inquiries regarding this.
We have a lot of people.
Yeah.
On the table right now, which is really interesting and certainly a lot of fun and exciting. And it's been a lot of work, but it's really been exciting. And not any one of them has asked Who Killed Mary yet, by the way. So that's only you.
We will not divulge that
shows who has
information.
money.
I don't care how much you want to invest, yank. No, I'm teasing.
And then the reason I asked that question is, again, a lot of us that are out there, don't have 50 grand lying around, and we're not accredited investors. So we're just curious, as fans being curious as to what sort of involvement it would entail. So
yeah, totally. It's really interesting. We're getting all sorts of people. Some we actually recognize, like names and things, because we can see the list of who's going through the process. And then, a lot of them are probably going to be people that we don't even know. And they may not even know who the band is. These people are going to be investors that love the opportunity. They think it's unique, and they're just going to go, I'm in. This sounds like a lot of fun. I always wanted to be a part of something like this, and now here's an opportunity for me to do that. So we're kind of, we've left it open for any of those possibilities. And so far, like I said, it's been pretty exciting.
Gentlemen, thank you so much for your time today. We're looking forward to the show tonight.
Thank you.
You too. Thanks a lot.